Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another edition, another event here, our second broadcast of the day. Welcome to the PiG Sty Festival number 5, qualifier number 2. I'm, of course, ZvT. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in the chat, and by my plushies as well. Whew. Welcome one and all to the second qualifier of the day. Shout out to PiG, of course. PiG is and has announced a brand new tournament, the PiG Sty Festival number 5. It is massive, it is huge, it is crowdfunded by the community as well. So if you want to take part, you can do so. I believe they do have a Maturino. I believe they have a crowdfunding initiative for the event, so do consider checking it out. It's going to be amazing, going to be beautiful, and we actually held the first qualifier earlier today. In a sense, it was actually the biggest on Monday, which also coincided with giving a qualification spot as well. Here did qualify, and now we are here to determine the second player to also qualify for the festival. Let's go. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of ley lines, we have our red Zerg player from the land of Sweden. It is SortOf. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the yellow Terran player, the Korean Terran. It is Employment. Can SortOf beat Employment? No. You never can. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is going to be Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. As a reminder, this is a round of, this is a best of three series, best of 3 map. Oh, as I try to fix some things up. Gee, that's so bright. Oh my god. Un momento. Close enough. As we do settle in and we do calm things down. First things first, pull first. It was a pull first opener out of SortOf. Does fan out with 6 lings across the map towards the edge, and we'll see if he can get some damage done. The goal here is to avoid the initial scouting SCV. By the way, no SCV scout out of Employment. Likewise, no Reaper yet. The Reaper is now moving out. As the Reaper moves out, the lings, they can move in. SortOf does avoid the initial Reaper. Overlord does confirm. And SortOf his goal here is to go for the CC, go for the SCV, delay, deny, force, or cancel if at all. And we'll see how good our crisis management is going to be from Employment. As already the SCV is going to be zoned away. CC is under fire. Reaper races back home. He's racing back. So much damage already done though. Yeah, the CC is getting very low. And it looks like we will force a cancel. That's going to be huge. That's going to be massive. That's going to be insane. And there it is. There's the cancellation. Lings, they bust on through. They get on top of the Marine. The Marine does race back. But last, it's going to be... Oh, no, quite shut down. Going for the add-on instead. Going for the add-on. Going for the reactor. There's a KDA charge. But alas, the reactor, it looks like I will survive. Oh, it's close. So close. Barely. Yo, if it wasn't for the KDA charge, I think it would have gone down. So very clutch, very close. Employment does hold, Employment does survive, and he's double expanding. Double expanding, we have the natural, we have the third CC on the way, but a big delay here for the economy of Employment, and SortOf back at home. He's chilling, he's droning up, he's saturating his bases. Again, the add-on swap, the production here has been delayed because of the lings, of course, and so far SortOf has a very comfortable start. Very comfortable start here for SortOf. Alas is going to be droning up from here and looking just, very comfortable droning up, saturating, massing up queens, securing his 3-base economy, and alas, Employment has to play from behind, has to build back up, even supply block because the CC isn't done. Again, command centers, they do provide supplies, so the overall build has been disrupted here for Employment. Just such an awkward start for him, so uncomfortable. Eventually he can look to stabilize, but by the time he does, SortOf should be on a 3-base economy. He should be built up. Now, the biggest concern for SortOf is don't be overly greedy, right? He has a lead. He's looking good. He's looking impressive, but he has to make sure he doesn't overextend. He doesn't overdrone. He doesn't become too greedy. Otherwise, we could see potentially aggression or even an all-in come out of his opponent. Overlord dips in, confirms the third CC, of course, confirms the add-ons as well. Stim is on the way. No add-on swap, no Banshee. No Banshees out of Employment. This also means that SortOf can delay his Spores. There may be a Liberator on the way, so Spores still have value, but a little bit less so as, we go straight for the reactor here. Overlord goes down, that will supply block SortOf. Queens are in position here at the third, and for the time being, still just droning. Still just droning up. Still just saturating bases. Just catching up with the chat. Imagine having a list of hex colors to use. Oh no. Look, I didn't have them saved because we don't need the hex colors anymore, remember? We don't need them. Why? Because we made an automated system that has yet to be implemented. Ah, let's go. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. As now Hellions, they do fan out across the map. So far going to be 7. Yes, 7 Hellions do move out. And SortOf, he has been amassing queens. The queens are ready. Lings are on the way. Hellions, they're poking at the 4th base. But so far, SortOf, he is keeping up. He is keeping up. Hellions, they back off. And so far, so good. So far, so good behind this. Going to the lever chamber into 1-1 upgrades. This is 1-1 before bathing speed. So a very greedy follow-up here out of SortOf. But again, he's far enough ahead where he can get away with this greed. Basically, SortOf, he delayed bathing speed in favor of 1-1 upgrades. And I mean, they're going to finish up real fast and real quick. eBay's just now finishing up here for the Terran. So a massive upgrade advantage for SortOf, and he should get away with it. Haley's they poke in once again, denying tumors. 2 denied tumors, pulling away, no major dive, no major commitment. SortOf, he's now getting up to a 3, soon to be a 4 base economy as well. Again, the pressure is on the Terran here. Heading out with his Viking. Behind this building up towards a bio-based army. Still, it's a ways away. Like, again, you can see just how delayed everything is because of that initial cancel. Because that damage done at the start of the game. It was brutal. And employment, he has yet to recover. And SortOf, he has free reign to now get a 4th base up and running. Tech up in towards Hive if he so chose to. 2 upgrades, of course. He be chilling right now. He be chilling. Ah, chilling even. Ooh, that is going to be 3 more Raxes. This looks like an A-Rax. This does look like an A-Rax here from our Terran player, checking the production. Yes, 8 Raxes here. No gases at the 3rd base. Is going to be a 3 base all-in. This makes the most sense, and this is all that we can do here. Because our Terran player employment is so far behind, it makes sense to try to transition into an all-in and to try to catch SortOf being too greedy. Now, SortOf, he is taking up towards Infestation, towards Hive Tech. He didn't get a 5th base yet, and he didn't overdrone up past 80 either, so he should be okay, but here comes the push at the same time, actually forces the army back home. Lings, they come in for a run by, they catch a couple of reinforcements. Marines are going to be going down. Lings, they flood into the... Ooh, they do not flood into the main. Whew. Good reaction there by employment. Will... Oh, no. Lings, they bust in regardless. They bust into the main base, and this is buying time. Bearing in mind, remember, this is a 3 base all-in out of the Terran player, so every second does count, as SortOf is given more time to make more Lings, make more Banelings. This is greedy, though. This is greedy. SortOf, he's joining up to 91. Jesus. Joining up to 91, now taking up into Hive, into Hydras as well. Yes, SortOf, he is ahead, and he can get away with some greed, but this is a bit much here. And we'll see if he can get away with it. As here comes employment. It's all or nothing for him. Hopefully he doesn't get forced to turn around again, though, because, again, he doesn't really have much longevity in this game. Now he's taking his gases. Oh. Gases are being taken. This is a sign here that he intends to transition out of the all-in into a 4th CC. But before that happens, here comes that push. He's got 57 Marines, 4 tanks. Does siege up. Does move forward. Does move forward. At the same time, Lings, they harass once again. They catch another tank. Tank goes down, and no, he turns everything around. He races back home. Ay. We can't afford this. We can't afford to turn around. And because the army races back home, what does this mean? That means that SortOf, he gets away with it. He gets away with joining up to 90. He's now able to max out and Link Bane. The tanks are going to be going down. Ay. And employment is being pulled apart. Not like this. Not like this. As the all-in has been delayed, the all-in has been disrupted. I mean, it was already disrupted because of the opener. Oh, and here comes the Ling lane. Oh my god, they crash into the buy. They shut everything down. The splits are not good enough. And SortOf, he busts on through. He breaks down the army. He busts into the mineral line. There's nothing left to defend. Takes down the CC as well. And that's all we had left. That's all the deployment had left here. There is no army. Down to 1 Marine. Down to 0. Yeah, mass scans, getting eyes on the economy, getting eyes to the game states. Again, SortOf had just such a strong start to the game. And you can see just how much momentum that can give you as he just heavily delayed the opener, the economy. And with that, employment is struggling. Ah, no. Ah, no. As GG gets called, and SortOf will take game number 1. GG. SortOf does take a lead in the series. A strong start here for our Zerg player, but again, a lot of it came down to the opener winding it back. If you maybe missed out on the opener, SortOf here went pool first. He went pool first, and he was able to sneak out across the map. There was no SCV scout. That's a big part of it. There was no SCV scout. Because of that, the Terran player took a long time to recognize what was happening. His Reaper was out of position, and he was forced to cancel his natural CC, and that disrupted everything. It did cause a massive supply block. It delayed the economy. It delayed the production. Everything was delayed. And SortOf just had a very, very comfortable start. Because of that, it allowed SortOf to be greedy in the aftermath. And we saw that, yes, the Terran player was setting up for an all-in, but it was a 3-base all-in. And that does hit a lot later. Hits a lot later, and SortOf got away with all the greed. GG. GG, well played, did get away with the greed. And with that, SortOf takes the lead in the series. And now we are getting ready for game number 2. We'll see. We'll see how we can bounce back, if at all. I'm hoping for an ace match. I'm hoping we can force a game 3, but the pressure is now on employment. Let's go. Here we go. Stop the copium? Mate, we're all fueled. We were fueled by copium. What do you mean? It's fine. It's fine. He's Terran. He can cope. It's okay. It's okay. Man with gun and a dream. It's all you need. It's all you need. Here we go. Jumping into our next game, into game number 2, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have our Swedish Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Root Gaming. It is SortOf, leading the series 1-0, and spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Teal Terran player, the Korean Terran, down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. It is Employment. Let's go. Hold on. I'll set up the name. Bam. Beautiful. Beautiful. Whew. So players are going to be settling in. And this time, hatch first. Let's go. This time we have a hatch first opener. This time SortOf is going to be going for a much more standard start. Last game, he did cheese it up a little bit. He was hyper aggressive early on, and it did lead to a lot of success. This time, hatch first. Now, I'm hoping the deployment does go for an SCV scout across the map this time. As a reminder, he did not scout, so he was caught unawares. He was caught with his pants down when it came to the opener. This time, I'm sure he'll be a little bit safer with how he does approach this. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on employment. When you're down 100% supply, tell the opponent to get out, be a man. Don't be a clown, Dwayne. Don't be a clown. Calm yourself. Respect the players. Otherwise, leave. And go somewhere else. So now, Rax expand. Economic opener. Economic opener here out of our Terran. And we'll see how our players do adjust. Once again, no SCV scout. Once again, no SCV scout here out of employment, which is risky. It does mean that if there was a pool first, a gas first, or a 12 pool, then there'd be a very delayed scout of it. So a little bit concerning here is cutting some corners. This time he won't be punished. This time won't be punished. Reaper moves out, and we'll see what employment can get done. No need to be rude, for sure, 100%. So watch your manners, Dwayne. Don't be a clown. As Reaper does pull back. So far, sort of, going for some hidden tech here, and alas, unfortunately, the Reaper was denied. Did dip in towards the main base, but was zoned away by the Queen, and we are going into a Roach Rush. Sort of being hyper-aggressive this series. Both in Game 1 and here in Game 2 as well, and here we go. The Roach War is now done. Overlords are finishing up, and we are going to be rushing across the map. And unfortunately, once again, the Terran is lacking that information. He does not know what's happening. Now, a tell here is no third. There is no third base, and the Reaper does go back in. Doesn't go for the dive. Doesn't quite commit. If he rotates over towards the right-hand side, then it is a tell that there is still no expansion. Then he should be ringing alarm bells and setting up back at home, but still doesn't recheck that linear third. Doesn't know. Doesn't know what's going on. Behind this, third TC is on the way into a 1-1-1, standard opener, standard follow-up, but no reaction. Roaches are moving out, and the Reaper's out of position. He sees nothing. He sees nothing. He knows nothing. The Roaches are moving out across the map, back at home. No bunkers, no Sim City. Hellions are building up, but Hellions, they mean nothing to Roaches. And sort of is going to commit. Does move in. And with that, now he knows. Now employment is aware. Hellion's going to be falling one after the other. Roaches, they bust into the mineral line. SCV is going to be going down. There is a Banshee on the way, but there's nothing to defend. Only Hellions, and Hellions, they tickle Roaches. Ah, no. As Roaches, they can just waddle up the ramp. They head in towards the main. There's a Wood Mine on the way. Banshee's halfway done. The Banshee will help, don't get me wrong, but the Banshee's still a ways off. And Roaches are breaking through. They take down both depots, boys are being pulled, SCV is going to be going down, and behind this, SortOf is not all in, SortOf is droning. SortOf, he's droning up, he's saturating bases, he's taking a third base as well. Oof. More SCVs are falling, going to be up to 16, 17 SCV, 21 SCV kills. Ay, ay, ay. Roaches will go down, and employment will survive, but alas, that is critical damage here, and this Banshee has a little work to do. The Banshee has a little work to do, Pap. He does move that across the map. Back at home, spores are on the way. Spores are in production as we speak. Sort of, he knows that the Banshee can be an issue, can be a problem, can be dangerous. Is preparing back at home. And the spores should be done in time. Spores should be done. Queen's likewise getting position as well. From here, I mean, we're on a 3cc setup, so we can make workers, we can triple mule it up, that is true. But right now, employment needs a lot of time here. Needs a lot of breathing room. And sort of, I don't know if he's going to give him that breathing room. Basically, we're building up towards road speed, towards +1 carapace as well. Sort of can hit a timing with this upgrade, so he can just chill, settle down, saturate up to 3 bases, build up a roach army, and then move out. It's going to be up to employment to survive that and buy time. I mean, he's still making a third Banshee. That's a lot of Banshees. Third Banshee's on the way. Cloak as well. There is potential here for some counter damage to maybe pick off some Queens, get into a mineral line, get some worker damage. Armory's on the way. Hello. Wait, are we playing mech? Wait, hold up, Happy. Okay. Armory's on the way, and I'm curious if this is just for a Hellbat push or if we intend to make use of this armory in a different way. Regardless, very unorthodox, and yep, there it is, second factory. Let's go. So mech is on the horizon here. Interesting choice. I mean, mech can be a very efficient army, that is true. It can be very, very efficient. I mean, so can bio, to be fair. But the problem here is that he's up against roaches, and roaches are already ideal. If he was up against Ling Bane, then Ling Bane can struggle, especially early on against Battle Mech. Roach Ravager is a little more robust, and Roach Ravager is a little more ideal against mech. As you see the Banshees getting across the map. Gotta be forced back. Gotta be zoned away. Gonna be zoned away, and here comes that move out. We're not just hitting a timing with Roche Speed, we have Overlord Speed on the way. Drop Lords are morphing in. We are getting ready for a German taxi. Let's go. SortOf, he might be living in Korea, but it's time to send the taxi. Time to pack your bags and head to Germany. Let's go. Doing Lambo proud. As the Queens are moving out, Overlord Speed is still a couple of seconds off, but there we go. Is now finishing up. And with that, SortOf, he commits. Does commit, has plus on carapace, moving out across the map. These Queens are required here to help deal with the Banshees. That is the anti-air. And back at him, there's 4, that's a lot of Banshees. 4 Banshees to defend, let's go. The Wilds, oh my god, did I say 4? 2 Banshees. 2 Banshees to defend the Wilds, they connect, they shut 2 of the Banshees down. Queens, they drop in. And with that, SortOf, he breaks through once again. And there's a tank on the high ground, but last the natural base is going to be forfeit. And from here, SortOf can just commit. He just commit in. It won't be too efficient pushing up into the tank, but he has enough here to work his way through. As there is detection, the natural has been broken, and now we start to step in. Yeah, we start to step in. Tank does fall. The Queens are still here for that anti-air. They take down the final Banshee. No more Banshees, no more nothing. We have attempted mech here, but again, it just took a little bit too long to really get going. It was just a rough start here for Employment, both in Game 1 and in Game 2. GG gets called, and SortOf will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here, SortOf. He will claim the series, will take the 2-0. And he does wave that Zerg flag. For those that are curious, for those that are unaware, SortOf, he is the only Zerg player. Oh, I say the only Zerg player in the tournament. There are only two Zerg players in the tournament, and I should actually wind that back a little bit. He is the last Zerg player in the tournament. Thankfully, there is some Zerg representation, but he is the one. He is the only, and we'll see how far he can go. GG. GG, well played. As we switch our scenes over and catch up on the bracket. Let's go.